Hey guys, how are you? Today you may notice that this video is a little different by the title. And that is because I've been working on a physics project, or had been working on a physics project, for about 2 weeks. And I thought to myself after those 2 weeks, after that test, that I would have really appreciated some help, someone to give me a little hand on how things go together. So after I had finally figured out a design that worked, I decided to make a video that would help other grade 11 students or super smart grade 10 students in their grade 11 physics course. And that's what this video is today. This is the Wookiee gravity car. And a project that I had to do, a major project, was to make a car that drove at least 2 meters running on nothing but gravity. And so that was difficult. There was a lot of stress involved in that. So you guys are awesome. So I wanted you guys to know how to do this without going through all that stress. So I'm going to show you guys an overview. This isn't exactly a step-by-step build, but I'm going to give you guys an overview to help you out and to give this a little lasting memento before I scrap it down and put the parts back in the sets. So that said, you are going to need to take apart some sets. Don't worry, keep the pieces, put them back afterwards. But this is going to require a little bit of a sacrifice if you want a good mark. By the way, I got a 93. That's a pretty good mark. And that was, yeah, so that was a pretty good mark. We had to use a certain guideline. The first was that it had to hold a figure, had to only use a maximum of 500 grams as weight, and could not be bigger than 30 by 30 by 30. Okay? So this fits all of those requirements, if barely. I pushed it to the limit. And I'm just going to give an overview of things that you'll need to remember while building this. The first is that you're going to need to use a good amount of height when building this, because gravitational potential energy is based on how high something starts out at. So you'll see this little weight here, and I'll actually do a demonstration to start off with. This little weight, or giant weight, is the gravitational potential energy. And that is going to transfer the energy into kinetic energy. And that kinetic energy is what's going to make it go. So this uses a pulley system to wind it up, and we'll go through that in greater detail now, or later. I'm just going to show you how it works now. So now you can see that it's up a little bit, and there you go. So that wasn't obviously fully wound up. Goes a lot farther. Needs a little bit of a grippy surface, but it needs to be smooth as well. So you won't get the same result on all surfaces, but teacher willing, you'll be able to try out the surfaces at your house and at school, which is what I did. And if all goes well, I'll actually get 100% on that, because I showed a video of it going over 2 meters at my house. So let's go through it. So we have a good base. This is where we need to start off with, is a good foundation for it. So you see, I used a backwards land speeder because I originally intended this to go that way. You guys are going to need to do some testing to see which way it goes best, back the original forwards or backwards. This ended up going better backwards, and that's because of the way the crane is. So the crane is bending this way, which puts more force on these drive wheels here. you'll see that the crane is bent that way, and there's arms that push down on the wheels. When building this crane, you need a lot of support, otherwise it's going to bend and crack. So you'll see I have support here, I have an arm of support. Also, it is built into the structure. I'll take this wheel off to show you guys that. There we go. So it's built into the structure here. So it doesn't just stick down here, it's built into pieces that go this way and this way. So essentially the whole thing is the crane rather than just this long arm up here. So I'll just put that back together. So yeah, crane support is the first point that I pointed out, and it's very crucial to remember when building this vehicle. I'm just gonna see if I can get a chair over here. There we go. My nice wheelie chair. So, next thing you need to remember is wheels. So we already talked about how the weight needs to be pressured on your drive wheels. And in this case, the drive wheels are pushing it forward as the back wheels. You'll see that I put an elastic band for better grip. This is a good idea because it catches onto the ground, makes more friction, but cannot spin without encountering that friction, so it goes a little farther while it's driving. Another thing you need to remember is loose wheels. You'll see these are the wheels from the Clone Turbo Tank. They're very loose. I also tried the wheels from the Hailfire Droid. They were also very loose, but they were not as wide. They were just discs. So these Juggernaut wheels are really the best option. And I originally tried using 6, but I think 2 is better because it puts more pressure on these back wheels, which gets them to grip better. Lots of talking. Lots of talking. Also, you need a big platform out here for the weight to catch on. It needs to have a good ratio of thickness to strength. This came pretty close, as it didn't go quite as far down as I would have liked it to, but if I made it go any farther down, it would have fallen right off. And that would have made the whole system stop as it touched down, and then it would have jammed in the wheels. So you need to have something to catch it on. So if you guys just want to look at this in an image like that, take some notes, and now I'm going to keep talking. You don't really need to worry about figure space to start off with if you have to hold a figure on it, but just have a little bit of extra space. Like I could even put them right here if it came down to it. Remember about those restrictions? I got something stuck in my teeth. Remember those height and length restrictions if you have them. Don't go over it because depending on your teacher, they might take away marks. Now we'll go to the weighting system, or the pulley system. So when these wheels wind up the string, it pulls the string down the pulley system, and you see the weight is starting to rise. So as I pull the wheels towards the camera, the weight goes up higher and higher. And then when I drop it, it spins away. The pulley system may not seem like a necessary attribute, but it is very necessary. I'll point the camera up to it. You'll see that this is a triple pulley system. So it goes, winds up here. You'll see that I used, these pieces are from the Ghost Lego set. And they're good because it keeps the ribbon in the middle. I used ribbon because it fits into those pieces easily, and I'll show you guys that later. But it keeps it in the middle, which is good because this needs to be able to get around it. Also, I tried the ribbon going in through the bottom and then coming down, but that's a bad idea because then this falls onto the ribbon, which is going underneath. So instead, make it a triple pulley system so that the ribbon from the wheels goes up, over, down, and over, so that this weight stays underneath this and doesn't jam it up. Yeah, you're going to need good loose wheels as well, otherwise it's not going to spin as well as you'd like it to. For this, you need to make sure that they spin opposite ways, otherwise it's not going to work. This jams a little bit in the... Oh, you're not even seeing it. This jams a little bit in the corner, the ribbon right there. So you have to make sure while you're winding it up, you push it to the side just a little bit, and then you keep winding so that it won't jam while you're winding it up. Otherwise it won't work when you let go of the wheels, because this is automatic. Again, major thing is support. So arms are connected to the wheels are connected to each other to make the pulley system work for both wheels. I had originally tried the pulley system to go here and here. That's a bad idea, jams up really easily. Make it in the middle. Get a long Technic piece to go through this and figure it out that way, because it does work. So I have supports connecting to the wheels. I have double supports. I have supports connecting it to the landing pad for the weight. I have a bunch of supports connecting the arms to the main crane mechanism, and I've connected the crane to the body twice. So this needs to be very supported depending on the amount of weight you're using, and you will want to use a lot of weight to make it strong. What else do I have to go over? Oh, I was going to show you guys how this twine, or the, why do I keep saying twine, ribbon. But before I do that, you probably will use the same weights I do if you're doing a project like this. The weights are long, so that they're cylinders, right? And the more distance you get is going to be dependent on how far this falls. So because this needs to be strong, you're going to lose a little bit of height by that, but you can gain it back through making these fall sideways as opposed to like this. So to do that, you just need to make a little bit of basket, some tape, thread these through the hooks a couple times. You'll see the tape falls off, but that's okay because it goes on nicely again. And make sure it doesn't hook onto this. That's another reason why I put the tape on, because it kept hooking on and it would stop itself. So lots of places where it can stop itself, you just gotta fix those little errors. Now the middle part. Again, supports. Put supports all over this. This is why the AT-AT is a good set to break apart. So for this, for the pulley, I just wound this around there by spinning it. And if I take this off, make sure the length is not too much or too little. Just needs to be just right. So you're going to need a lot of these little pieces to help you out. So basically I just put this on there. You're going to need these Technic pieces over the rod pieces because they spin around easier, and they can also hook into certain pieces, such as these wheels and these bricks, which is very helpful. A very helpful option to have. So you'll see that I have 3 pieces in here. You're going to need to move around the amount of pieces that you have if you go with this kind of model, so that you get the right kind of balance, the right kind of up and down. Don't worry about the weight going right up and down, because the arms, depending on the way you've made them, will push it towards the landing pad. The way that I made this ribbon go in, get stuck in the middle, there we go, is you just gotta kind of lick the ribbon to make it straight, and then you put it in through the hole, and then you put the Technic piece in through the hole as well. And that is what keeps it in while it's pulling up the weight, because you really do need to, if not this, then glue, and I don't want to use glue. because it'll ruin the Lego set. And I'll just put that back on. You can see how much the wheels bend if you don't have a middle piece connecting them. And that's another big reason to have that middle piece. Anyways. And you also need, again, a long enough Technic piece so that the wheels will have enough, will be able to be strong enough to support the weight by this ribbon. I don't know if there's anything else to add to this. Again, take a good look over of it. One thing that teachers like is the little extra effort. So you'll see I put spring-loaded shooters in here, which are going to act as fireworks. So after you win the race, you can jump over and shoot off your little fireworks into the air or some kid's face. Wait a minute, that's Lego legal. I'm sorry. And yeah, try to have fun with this, guys. I'm trying to give you a little bit of help so that it'll be more of an entertaining experience. But learn from this. This is not going to be your design. Your design could be completely different. You probably won't have the same Lego sets as me, but I'm just giving you good ideas. So basically, get good wheels, or smooth spinning wheels, light wheels as well. You need a lot of these Technic pieces. You need a lot of Technic pins, Technic plugs. You need a lot of support. This all needs to be connected as one thing. Can't be connected brick by brick. It's got to be Technic connected. That's why those Technic sets stay together so well in those drop tests. And you need a good body that's not too long or too wide. It probably won't be too wide. You just got to watch the length. Another thing is these pieces here bend. You've seen them in the AT-AT, I'm guessing. And they bend, which is good because when they bend down, they push down on the wheels even more. So now the wheels have a ton of pressure on them, which is making them the main drive wheel. You can put 3 wheels, but I think that might take away from the drive wheels. One thing you might want to do if you have the length, or you want to use glue, is put a double crane system. So a crane going here and a crane going here, which gives you more support than just one crane. And yeah, then you have to worry about connecting it to the wheels and the drive and stuff like that. So another idea is just to do a crane, and then string going down the middle with a landing pad in the middle. And then the string can just connect to one, or you can have 2 strings connecting to both the wheels, which is another really good idea. But this was my physics car, and it probably will be around for a little bit longer. I don't think I'm going to scrap it just yet. It took so long to build, not getting rid of it quite yet, although I do have to return those weights. So I just thought I'd show you guys how to do this. I hope this helps if you're taking grade 11 physics. It's not the worst project you're going to come across, because if you like Lego, it's kind of fun. I mean, I had my stressful moments with it, but I got through it. I just gotta persevere and be creative. So thanks guys for watching. Again, I hope this helped. I hope you do well, better than I did, and that you enjoyed the video. And I'll see you guys later.